What's up, YouTube? Hello, welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. For those who do not know who I am, my name is Ashley, and this is just my channel, Worth Unleashed. And for those of you who are here, you already know. So, this episode, and I call it an episode just because I might go on a series about this. But today I really just wanted to talk about depression and really, I don't even know how to really say it just because it's kind of a weird topic, but I'm just gonna go with it. Is experiencing a depressive episode that bad? So, and I know it's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna expand upon that idea. So, like I talked about in my previous video, you know, going through depression looks different for everybody. So, for some people, it's extreme. And when I say extreme, I mean in the sense of it's physical. So you lose energy, you may overeat, you may undereat, so on and so forth. And I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not a psychiatrist or a certified medical professional, but I'm only speaking from my own experience. So just please understand that as well, okay? I'm not speaking from a degree certified standpoint, but again, just my own experience. So in terms of a depressive episode, again, I'm speaking for myself. It can. There are certain times, and especially in terms of bipolar disorder, and I'm only saying that disorder just because I know people who have it. There is a spectrum of how bad that down and that depressive episode can be. And someone for myself who does experience those lows, it can be. And so today I really just wanted to go over what an episode looks like and how you can just alleviate it. And from a holistic standpoint, from what I have tested and tried for myself, and hopefully it can help you too. So for myself, I know that when I get into that state of being down, I know that don't have much energy, and I overeat. So I eat a lot. And I'm a nervous eater. So if I'm in that space to where I feel like I'm down, again, I'm tired, I overeat, and then if I have anxiety with that, which I usually do most of the time, I'm a nervous eater. So when I feel like I'm going through an anxious episode, I nervous eat, which just keeps encouraging me to overeat. So, when I'm in that episode, one thing that I'm going to try, and I'm trying to implement just eating healthy foods. Eating things like, even if I do overeat, that it's going to be things that are going to be toward the healthy side. I'm not a nutritionist, but, I actually did hear from a counselor one time that, if you are in that space to where you feel like you're overeating, try to substitute for foods that are maybe less fatty and that have less sugar, and maybe just aim for things that are going to be on the grains and vegetable side of things. So, instead of eating hot Cheetos or eating cake, we could maybe focus on eating oranges and apples and lettuce, or something that's going to be a little bit healthier. So, if you or somebody in your life have experienced, or that they're experiencing an episode of depression and whatever scale, or anxiety, so it can be tied in together, I would just encourage to focus on eating foods during that time if they either undereat or overeat that are going to be a little healthier. And I need to take my own advice. Okay, this is just something my Holy Spirit is just telling me to just encourage, is just healthy eating. And healthy eating during that time can be all the difference, honestly. For myself, what really helps me is, so if I feel like I'm getting in that place, I try to implement more vitamin D. So either I go outside or I just take it in a liquid form. And that does kind of help. I noticed that, even if I do it for a couple days at a time, it will kind of just boost my mood a little bit. I can function a little bit better. I have a little bit more energy. So when I'm in that space, I do feel a tiny bit better. It's not a cure-all situation, but it does alleviate it at that time. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, if you're going through a major depressive episode, I would also encourage to have at least one person in your life, just one. And if you can't, I'll be that person here for you, okay? I'll do the best that I can. I'm not perfect, and I'm just a human being, but I'll be that person for you. I'll be the sister that encourages you. I will be the one that pushes you to be your best self. But if you could have one person that, either that's your mom, your dad, your sister, your uncle, your brother, whoever, a colleague, a business partner, a client, whatever, have one person in your life that you communicate to, just to let them know, hey, there may be times where I really need you just to be there for me, and I don't even need you to do a whole lot. And sometimes just having that one person, and it's just consciously knowing in your mind that you know you're not doing well, but I can depend on this one person to be there for me, it does make a difference. And it does kind of help you have it makes the down a little less difficult. And it's sad that as a whole society, it's just rare. I don't hear many people that do that for someone, that when they're going through a down period, that most people don't have that one person that they can just totally 100% lean on. Most of the time, and for myself included, and I'm getting better at this, I do have a support system, but it is important, even if it's just one person. And the more people, the merrier. But if you're on the spectrum, if you know someone that goes through these kind of downs and just needs that support, I just encourage you to communicate with them and just ask them, what is it you need from me when you're going through this? Do you need me to get groceries for you? Do you need me to clean your house? Do you need me to do your dishes? And just offer. And even if they say, no, I don't need any help, I'm fine. Just them knowing that you offer can make all the difference. And it's conscious. It's all in your head. And on the opposite side, if you're going through that experience, and this is something that I'm learning myself. I'm growing in this myself. I'm learning for myself. But if you're on that side of the spectrum and you're going through, not just depressive, but it can just be an anxiety attack. If you're going through a really hard time, try, even if it's just through a text message, and I know it's hard for me, reach out to somebody. I'm getting better at this. I'm one of those people, and I tease myself that I could be in the ocean drowning, and I got water right here up to my nose, and I will tell you I'm fine. I'm one of those people. I'm like, I don't want you to see me sweat. But what I'm realizing is that having that one person or a support system that you can be a little more vulnerable with, it does make all the difference. So I encourage you, call or just text somebody. Texting, that's usually what I do, is because I don't feel like calling people all the time. So even just a text message can make all the difference when you're going through that period of time. So I encourage you guys, leave it in the comments. Let me know your experience. If you've ever had somebody that can help you. If you've ever had a struggle with overeating or undereating, when you're going through that down, just let me know. And if you're on the side of the spectrum as well, because again, it's a huge spectrum, if you are on the side where you've had to help somebody through this, let me know what that experience is. I'm always curious to hear, and you don't have to give me details, but if you've ever been on that side of the table where you've had to help somebody when they're going through that time, what have you done? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? I'm curious to hear the experience. So on that note, I just wanted to make this kind of a shorter video today. I hope that this encourages you guys. On a good note, please know that you are not alone. If you are going through a mental health struggle, please know that you are not alone. I go through it. Everyone goes through it at some point in their life. And if you've never really struggled, then this can be a learning curve and a learning experience for you, that there are people who do experience mental health trouble and issues, and for some it's very mild and for some it's extreme. So there's never going to be this side or this side. It's just a vast array, and I'll keep saying it, it's a spectrum because it's a huge one. But anyways, I hope you guys have a blessed day, and God bless.